And we're going to start it off in the boxing world. So we start off in Brooklyn, and this was a Millions.co pay-per-view. A little hard to find this one there for those out there looking for it, but this was the farewell fight at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn of Danny Garcia, the former two-weight class world champion, fighting Daniel Gonzalez. And this was Garcia's first fight in over a year since his stoppage loss, his first loss of his career by stoppage to Lara. And he fought a guy who was a much smaller man, a man in Gonzales who fought most of his career at 140, 147 pounds. This was Gonzalez' first fight, stepping up and fighting above 150 pounds. This fight was at 154, and it was vintage Danny Garcia. He did look like the bigger man, but he took care of work. In the fourth round, his trademark left hook, perfectly timed place punch, that did it all. Got the stoppage, farewell win at the Barclay, fourth round KO. What'd you make of this and the great career of Danny Garcia?
Yeah, of course. You put it all out there. Look, Danny started at a lower weight, so he's not a natural 154-pounder. But you know, he's been there longer than, as you said, his opponent Gonzales. But this is what you expect in a going out the door fight, unless you're in the UFC. If you're in the UFC, a little different. If you're someone like the great Poirier, for your going away fight, you get the great Holloway. a little different. But hey, Danny Garcia, former world champion, good kid, never embarrassed himself in or out of the ring. Always conducted himself like a champion. We wish him nothing but well. And I think it is fitting. What my son said, he called it his trademark, his signature punch. It is fitting that he goes out with the same punch that really put him on the map. The same punch that carried him throughout his career in his biggest wins. I remember in his rematch with the great Erik Morales. Erik Morales was getting a little older, but in his rematch with the great Erik Morales, I remember he knocked him out in the same round, and it was with the same punch, the signature left hook, same punch. And he knocked a lot of guys out, or dropped a lot of guys with that punch. He had that punch down to a science. He really did. He gets you to reach in a little bit, take a little step back sometimes. You know, he served it up different ways. Take a little step back off the jab, maybe without a jab, and get you to reach just a little bit. Bop! Nice counter left hook. And that left hook made him a lot of money. So if they want to do anything to have an after, party, a retirement party, I would make up buttons of good luck, Danny, and with a left hook on it, because that left hook really did him well. So good luck, Danny, and good luck with whatever's in front of you for the rest of this voyage.
Yeah, beautifully said by you. I was very happy to see the win for Danny Garcia and his father. He's overcome a lot of mental health struggles, and it was good to see him go off on a high note with the win. And we'll see if he gets inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame one day. But he's beaten Erik Morales, as you said, Zab Judah, and many other world champions. Impressive resume, impressive career. Congratulations to Danny Garcia.
To me, he's a Hall of Famer. And listen, I'm not diminishing anybody else in the Hall, but with some of the people in the Hall, to be quite frank, and we're kind of frank on this show, I think if we have a signature hook or a signature punch, it would be that we're frank and pretty straightforward and say what we need to say and we believe needs to be said. If he doesn't get in the Hall of Fame, there's a few people in there that should be in there if Danny Garcia doesn't get in. That's all I'll say. So I'm sure he'll get in.
Yeah, I it's a tough one, but I don't disagree with what you just said, and his credentials seem Hall of Fame worthy to me. But when you take a look at some of the guys he's lost to, do they have to go in the Hall of Fame then? Does Keith Thurman go in? Does Errol Spence go in? Does Sean Porter go in? They've all beat him.
They might, but it depends on their body of work. It's not one fight. It's their body of work. You know, styles make fights. One guy could beat one guy could lose to one guy, and then beat guys that the other guy that he lost to could never beat. So, you know, it depends on the body of work at the end of the day. And again, I'll say what I said. I stand by it. There's people in the Hall of Fame that I'm not sure if they're really full Hall of Famers, quite frank. But they're in. And by that criterion, I believe that Danny should be in. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. That's all. You know, just because we're firemen don't mean we're right. You know.